Hi guys, if you look at this question, you notice that x is a power and x is also in the normal equation. So how do we solve this? Well, this introduces us to complex numbers and a lot of people get confused when it's this kind of question. So there's something called the Lambert's W function, and we can use the Lambert's W function to solve for x. However, there is an easier method or an easier route, especially if you are not required to get the complex answer of this question. So invariably, what I'm trying to say is that this question has two answers, and for the sake of this length of this video, I'm going to be splitting it into part one and part two. In part two, I'm going to be going into details on how we use this. But for now, let's use a formula I choose to call the deduction or inspection formula. So that you call it the deduction or you call it the inspection formula is basically the same thing. Now, how do we do this? We can inspect, however, so you can try to put numbers here. So you can put like zero, just little numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and their negatives as well here. But we can also do something. So we can solve this the way we solve this in algebra, but it's true assumption basically. So we can say that 2 raised power x is equal to 4x. So if I divide both sides isolating the 4, so I have that 2 raised power x over x is equal to 4. Now, this is now where the assumption comes in. Let me just assume that 4 is in the ratio of 2 perfect squares. Okay, so let 4 be in the ratio of 2 perfect squares. And what are perfect squares? Perfect squares are numbers like 5 squared is 25. You mean that 25 is a perfect square. Okay, so perfect square for 4 will be 16 over 4. I think those are the smallest perfect square you can get for 4. Now, you're going to have 2 raised power x over x is equal to these perfect squares, so this. Now, let's express this 16 in to look like 2, because we want to get something that looks like this part of the equation having the variable. So we're going to have that 2 raised power x over x is equal to 2 raised power 4 over 4. Now, once you've gotten here, you've gotten 2, you've gotten 2. So you now compare the power and the denominator if they're the same. So x and 4, you're now seeing that x is equal to 4 twice, meaning that x is equal to 4. And this is just one method to getting the answer for this question, because if you substitute x as 4 here, you have 2 raised power 4 is 16, and you have 4 times 4 is 16. Hence, this is one correct answer for this question. However, there's another answer we're going to be getting with the Lambert's W function.